30 Forgotten Home Decor Trends from 1970s America. Back in the 1970s, home wasn't just where you lived. It was where your personality took center stage. Gone were the cookie-cutter designs of decades past. Instead, homes became vibrant reflections of freedom, individuality, and experimentation. From shag carpets to sunken living rooms, this was a decade that broke the mold and celebrated the art of living differently. Let's step inside and take a look around. Conversation pits. There was a space specifically designed for conversation and gathering. That was the conversation pit. These pits were several steps lower, seamlessly integrated into the overall design of the room, creating an absolutely cozy and private space. Inside the pit, you would find comfortable seating, softly illuminated along the pit's perimeter, creating a dedicated space for intimate gatherings and endless conversations. Imagine you and your friends sitting gathered in a conversation pit, sipping drinks and sharing stories under the warm lights. It brought a much closer sense of connection compared to sitting on regular sofas in a large living room. Although creative and unique, bringing a bold architectural style, these pits also posed some potential dangers. For active young children or older adults, moving up and down the steps could be unsafe, requiring caution. Wooden console TVs as focal point. In the 70s, the TV was a staple, indispensable in every home. They were bulky wooden furniture pieces, and your entire living room was arranged around them. Imagine a sturdy and large wooden TV console standing majestically at the center of the room. This electronic device was the important focal point that shaped the layout of the living space. The top surface of the TV console had plenty of empty space where your parents would place small, pretty decorations, from simple flower vases to memorable family photos. It was a place where everyone in the family often gathered, enjoying TV programs together, sharing laughter and precious moments. Unique wallpapers. If wood paneling wasn't the choice for a 70s home, then it certainly was wallpaper. This was a way to strongly express personality through living spaces, with countless different styles and patterns. Most wallpaper designs stood out with bold geometric shapes and striking contrasting colors, creating a strong visual impression at first glance. You might see diagonal lines, circles, and squares interwoven, creating an interesting abstract painting on the wall. Some families were even bold enough to continue wallpapering the entire ceiling, transforming the whole room into a unified and colorful work of art. The popular and rich color palettes of 70s wallpaper particularly emphasized warm earth tones, such as soothing avocado-green, warm mustard yellow, or vibrant burnt orange. Sometimes you could even find wallpaper combining outdoor scenes, with the clear purpose of bringing the peace and beauty of nature indoors, creating an instantly refreshing and relaxing space upon entry. Shag carpeting. Do you remember the feeling of stepping into a room and your feet sinking deep into soft shag carpeting? That was truly the type of flooring that imprinted the image of the 70s more than any other flooring we can imagine. Often they would appear in extremely flashy colors like bright, vibrant orange, for instance, making the room glow and full of the energy of that era. But besides the bold beauty and comfort it provided, maintaining this type of carpet was a real challenge. From having to vacuum thoroughly to remove all dirt, to raking each fiber to keep them fluffy and beautiful, it was a task that required patience. And if you ever accidentally dropped anything small onto the shag carpet, like a tiny pin or an earring post, you might never be able to find them again. They seem to disappear into a parallel world, swallowed by the thickness of the fibers, forever an unsolved mystery. Wood paneling. This was an incredibly popular decorating trend, so much so that you could see them on a single wall to create an accent, or even covering an entire room, making the space cozy and stylish. Although often made from plywood or fiberboard designed to look like real wood, sometimes they had a rather artificial appearance, not entirely like natural wood. Yet, that's precisely what made them lovably consistent with the rustic and authentic feel that most 70s homes possessed. A room with warm yellow lights shining on the wood panels created an intimate and nostalgic space, Even if not 100% real wood, they still conveyed a sense of nature, often having printed or embossed wood grains, mimicking various types of wood, bringing diversity to the design. Do you remember the first time you stepped into a home with these decorating trends? How did you feel then? Please share in the comments below. Multi-gauge weather station. Wall decor. In 1970s, homes was a unique collection of highly distinctive items. Among them was an item that looked both scientific and artistic. A wall with 3 neatly arranged dials, each with a separate function. Typically, you would see one dial showing temperature, another for air humidity, and the third for atmospheric pressure. Although these dials seem to be working, their needles constantly fluctuating to indicate parameters, they actually had no purpose other than decorating the room. More luxurious and higher quality versions were often crafted from real wood, bringing natural beauty and a sense of luxury to the home. Meanwhile, many others were merely wood veneer, attempting to mimic the appearance of natural wood quite convincingly. Farrah Fawcett posters and black light posters. Do you remember the famous photo of Farrah Fawcett in her red one-piece swimsuit? That was another poster present on the walls of millions of homes in the 1970s. At that time, everyone knew this photo as a cultural icon, a style symbol, and an indispensable part of many people's childhood or youth memories. Farrah in her swimsuit became one of the most iconic images of the decade, an unforgettable symbol of 1970s pop culture. This poster was purchased by millions of fans, and you could see it not only in teenage boys' bedrooms, but also proudly hung on the walls of fathers' studies. Along with that, in teenage bedrooms, you would often find black light posters, posters that glowed under ultraviolet light. These posters usually featured famous rock bands, renowned musicians, or colorful and psychedelic scenes. When the black light shone on them, these images would glow brilliantly, creating an ethereal and artistic space, very fitting for the free and exploratory spirit of 70s youth. Bathroom carpeting and toilet covers. The bathroom was perhaps the victim of some of the most experimental decorating trends of the 1970s. It sounds strange, but you would certainly be impressed by how bathrooms were carpeted just like living rooms. The main purpose was to help keep your bare feet warm and comfortable, especially on cold winter mornings. The soft feeling underfoot when you stepped out of the shower is quite an unfamiliar experience for modern bathrooms. Then came the appearance of fluffy, soft, and colorful covers for toilet lids. Covers for the water tank lid were also very popular. Some sets even covered the entire tank, forming a unified collection. Some 70s bathrooms even started to resemble the interiors of custom conversion vans of the same era, with a combination of carpet, soft materials, and a cozy, somewhat cramped feel. Colored toilet paper. Can you believe that toilet paper was once a home decor item? In the 70s, colored toilet paper was a way to expand design choices, bringing a stylish touch to your bathroom. Rolls of toilet paper came in various colors like avocado-green or pale pink, harmonizing with the colors of bathroom carpets or toilet seat covers. However, this trend was later abandoned. Colored toilet paper contained harmful chemicals, which not only adversely affected the environment, but could also damage the home's septic system. More seriously, these chemicals could also cause allergies in users, impacting health. The combination of aesthetic desire and undesirable consequences quickly led to colored toilet paper disappearing from store shelves. Linoleum flooring. Kitchen and bathroom floors in the 70s had a very distinctive style that created a living space. If you're used to modern tile or engineered wood floors, then 70s linoleum floors would be a pleasant surprise. Linoleum, a durable material, was widely used and available in many bold patterns and colors. Remember a kitchen with bright orange flooring combined with large geometric patterns, or a bathroom with deep green linoleum flooring inspired by nature? Most families loved linoleum floors because they were very durable and easy to clean, a practical choice for areas frequently exposed to water and grease like kitchens and bathrooms. They could withstand daily wear and tear remarkably well. Some patterns had strong geometrics with sharp lines and clear shapes, creating a modern and energetic look. Meanwhile, others drew inspiration from nature, with patterns mimicking wood grain, stone, or abstract images of leaves, flowers, bringing a sense of peace. Among the classic 70s furniture items we just mentioned, which one do you like the most and why? Do you have any funny memories related to it? Crocheted blankets. These blankets were often made from coarse yarn, providing a rustic and authentic feel. Although not the best choice for snuggling while watching your favorite movie because they could be a bit scratchy, these blankets were lovingly found draped over sofa backs or ottomans. On a cold winter afternoon, sitting by the fireplace with a colorful granny square blanket draped over the chair, what could be more delightful? Perhaps it was a blanket your grandmother meticulously crocheted, stitch by stitch with all her love. Or maybe your mom found a new creative hobby that winter. These blankets featured all the characteristic colors and patterns of that era that we love. From earthy tones like avocado-green, burnt orange, to bright colors like mustard yellow and purple. Each blanket was a unique work of art, telling a story of the skill, patience, and love of the person who created it. Home stereos. If you wanted to know if a family had a passion for music, you'd look at their stereo system. This electronic device made the home feel like an entertainment hub, where music came alive and spread throughout the space. The audio receiver, which processed and emitted sound, could be neatly placed on the large wooden TV console or on a separate piece of furniture, depending on the family's preference and space. Do you remember the shape of the large wooden cabinet, specially designed to hold all your favorite vinyl records and precious 8-track tapes? It stored a part of the family's music collection, neatly arranged and ready to play at any time. Speakers were often placed on the floor, on either side of the cabinet or TV, creating a vibrant surround sound experience, filling the room with the melodies of the era. Speakers and other components of the audio system were often covered in the characteristic faux wood grain of the time, creating a consistent look with other furniture in the room. These audio systems also hosted gatherings with friends, spontaneous living room dances, and wonderful, relaxing moments with family. Floating stairs. If you lived in a house with a second floor built in the 70s, you would likely encounter floating stairs. This was a bold and impressive architectural trend, challenging traditional staircase rules. These stair treads had no traditional supports or handrails, but were magically attached to the wall, suspended in space. They looked somewhat dangerous, with a minimalist appearance and open space underneath, which might make you feel a little nervous walking on them. Floating stairs were often made of wood or metal with highly polished treads. Natural light was often utilized to illuminate the staircase area, highlighting the unique structure of the home. Floral sofas. If you're looking for a symbol of boldness and vibrancy in 70s interior decorating, then floral patterned sofas would definitely top the list. These sofas were not only large in size, but also bright and bold in color and pattern. Imagine a giant sofa covered with large daisies or vibrant sunflowers in bright colors like orange, yellow, green, and pink, dancing across the fabric. What could speak more to blending with nature than sitting amidst a field of flowers right in your own living room? Chairs were often made from thick velvet or linen fabric, providing a soft and comfortable feel to the touch. Each floral pattern was meticulously designed, with flowing lines and harmoniously blended colors, creating a wild yet charming overall look. Sometimes these sofas were also combined with other decorative details, like fringes or tufted buttons, adding to their luxurious and elaborate appearance. Rattan Furniture. Rattan furniture found its way into homes from patios, bringing with it natural beauty and warmth. Rattan chairs with soft curves or a coffee table made from this material created a relaxing and nature-friendly space. The peacock chair, in particular, was a typical icon. This chair, with its tall and wide back resembling a peacock's tail, often had natural wood colors, from light bright tones to warm browns, easily matching various decorating styles. They brought a light, airy, and somewhat wild feeling, fitting the bohemian and rustic styles of the era. Stepping into a home of this period, you could also see shelves, beds, and other decorative items made from rattan. If you could bring one decorating trend from the 70s back into your home today, which one would you choose and why? Let us know in the comments. Solid colored chairs. If floral patterned sofas weren't their style, many people in the 70s chose solid colored chairs to accent their living spaces. These chairs, though without intricate patterns, offered a simple yet stylish and impressive beauty. It seemed almost everyone at the time owned at least one harvest gold chair. This yellow wasn't too flashy, but rather a warm, earthy yellow hue, bringing a cozy and inviting feel. But besides harvest gold, you could also easily find soothing avocado-green or vibrant persimmon orange chairs, depending on preference and the overall color scheme of the room. Solid colored chairs were often placed next to a small table in a reading nook or as part of a larger sofa set, adding seating and variety to the space. Round ottomans. Along with sofas and single chairs, round ottomans were also a popular furniture item in many 70s homes. They were often used to rest one's feet after a long day of work, providing absolute relaxation and comfort. Besides that, a round ottoman could easily be transformed into extra seating when guests came over, or even a small table for snacks or books. This versatility made round ottomans a very popular piece of furniture, especially in spaces needing optimized functionality. They could be upholstered in the same fabric as the sofa or a contrasting material to create an accent. Sometimes they also had storage compartments inside, adding further utility. Chrome accents. Chrome accents could be found everywhere, from kitchen chair legs, coffee tables, to appliances and even lights. A kitchen chair with shiny metal legs, or a coffee table with a chrome frame reflecting light, created an impressive visual effect. Chrome material brought a clean, modern, and somewhat futuristic feel, perfectly aligning with the spirit of innovation of the 70s. Lights with chrome details, from table lamps to ceiling lights, all possessed a refined and luxurious beauty. A little shine was perfectly fine, even highly favored, as it helped balance the rusticness and earthy tones of many other furniture pieces in the home. Chrome emerged as a transition from traditional materials to more industrial ones, bringing elegance and sophistication to the space. TV trays. Do you remember those evenings when the whole family gathered in front of the TV to watch their favorite show without having to sit at a fixed dining table? TV trays were very popular in the 70s due to their excellent convenience. They were perfect for your simple home-cooked meal or TV dinner while you watched your favorite show. It was a compact table that could be easily folded and stored away, unfolded right in front of your sofa. You couldn't miss any moment of the show because at that time, there were no VCRs or DVRs for you to record or rewind. Everyone had to watch live, and these tables made eating more flexible and comfortable than ever. TV trays were often made of metal or lightweight wood, with various patterns and colors, sometimes even featuring cute floral patterns or cartoon images, creating a unique home entertainment experience. Rough rock exposed brick fireplaces. Another staple in 70s homes was the fireplace, often constructed from rough stone or exposed brick. When you entered the house, you would see a large wall in the living room, completely covered with rough, unpolished stones, providing a look you would see in a hunting lodge or a cozy cabin in the woods. These stones, with their irregular shapes and sizes, created a natural, rustic, and wild texture, as if you were in the midst of majestic mountains. If not stone, then exposed brick was an equally popular choice. Rustic brick walls brought an industrial warehouse feel, raw but full of character. Notably, this style could also be combined with angular ceilings, creating a space with depth and architectural uniqueness. The fireplace would be placed at the center of the room, where everyone gathered on cold nights and shared warm stories. Pottery and ceramic decor. The beauty of artisanal craftsmanship was also integrated into daily living spaces. Pottery and ceramic decor were staples in every home in the 70s and truly matched the rustic, nature-friendly theme. You could find these ceramic items everywhere in the house, from the living room to the kitchen, bringing a handmade and unique beauty. Perhaps it was a product of someone's new hobby in the house, a craft activity discovered during idle afternoons. Or it could also be due to the strong rise of ceramic artists in that decade, when artisanal art was highly valued and became a part of everyday life. It was not unusual to see ceramic lamps, with bodies made of ceramics with unique patterns, ceramic vases used for fresh or dried flowers, and many other things like decorative bowls, figurines, or storage boxes. Fringe decor. Fringe was everywhere, bringing an airy and free-spirited touch to every space. Oh, there's that nostalgic childhood doorway. Fringe decorated the top of doorways, creating a light and romantic curtain as you walk through. The fringe strands swayed with every breeze, creating a very special visual and sensory effect. But fringe was also often found at the top of curtains, adding softness and grace to the window frame. Or you might also see them at the bottom of lampshades. They looked so shimmering and ethereal, didn't they? Clearly, people in the 1970s just liked to clean more things because these fringe strands could sometimes accumulate dust and require special care. However, that didn't prevent their popularity. Pod egg ball globe chairs. Did you want a small and cozy sanctuary right in your home? These egg-shaped spherical or pod chairs were actually quite cozy and private. This chair had the shape of an egg or a sphere, with an interior space large enough for you to curl up, read, or simply relax. You could even own one in your bedroom, creating an absolutely private corner. These chairs were often made from fiberglass or plastic, with soft padding inside providing a sense of safety and enclosure. They could rotate 360 degrees, allowing you to easily change your perspective. Placed next to funky lights with glowing colored wires, they brightened the room and everyone thought they were very cool. The soft light and colors of the lamps combined with the enclosed space of the chair created an ethereal atmosphere, ideal for dreaming or contemplation. Colorful Pyrex dishes. Today, Pyrex is still available, but it's really just simple and clear when compared to the 70s. Going back in time, colorful Pyrex bowls and dishes were in every kitchen. Do you remember those yellow, orange, green mixing bowl sets with characteristic floral patterns? They were the pride of any homemaker. Back then, you proudly displayed your casserole or mixing bowl on the dining table, not just because the food was delicious, but also because the colorful Pyrex bowl enhanced the beauty of the meal. No kitchen seemed complete without them. These beautiful Pyrex sets were surprisingly durable, able to withstand high temperatures in the oven and easy to clean. They often featured retro floral patterns, stripes, or simple yet eye-catching geometric shapes. From large mixing bowls to casserole baking dishes, every Pyrex item transformed everyday utensils into small works of art in the kitchen. Huge glass pendant lights. These huge floating glass spheres were extremely popular in the 1970s. Especially if they were orange, this vibrant color became a symbol of the era. These lights often hung above the kitchen island or dining table, becoming the focal point of the room, attracting all eyes. The light emitted from these glass spheres not only illuminated the space, but also created a warm and inviting atmosphere. Do you remember how big these lights were? Sometimes they had a diameter of several tens of centimeters, creating a strong visual effect. Besides orange, you could also see these lights in other colors like yellow, avocado-green, or smoked glass, depending on the preference and style of the home. The clear or frosted glass material helped the light spread evenly throughout the room, creating a bright and energetic space. Vinyl tablecloths. Vinyl tablecloths were a must-have on kitchen and dining tables in the 70s. Do you remember those brightly patterned tablecloths, sometimes geometric, sometimes floral, made from glossy vinyl? They not only made cleanup easier after every meal, as you simply wiped spills with a damp cloth. Furthermore, they truly helped protect your valuable wooden table from spills, scratches, and heat. Today, vinyl tablecloths seem to be reserved more for outdoor picnic tables than daily indoor life. They came in all sorts of colors and patterns, from warm, earthy tones to bright colors, sometimes even featuring cute or cartoon images, very popular with children. Fondue pots. If you really wanted to impress when entertaining guests in the 70s, you'd bring out the fondue pot. This was a very popular culinary and entertainment trend, offering a unique and interactive experience for gatherings. Friends and family gathered around a fondue pot, dipping pieces of meat, bread into melted cheese, or pieces of fruit into sweet chocolate. Everyone thought these things were the greatest until someone accidentally dropped cheese into their lap or onto the precious shag carpet. That was a fairly common mishap and could cause a huge mess. Hopefully, you only used them on vinyl tablecloths, where cleanup would be much easier. Massive coffee makers. Before convenient single-serve coffee makers appeared, there was a massive coffee maker sitting solidly on your kitchen counter. These large coffee makers were designed to brew an entire pot of coffee, enough for the whole family or for an energetic morning. They were found in every kitchen. Mr. Coffee was one of the most popular brands at the time, becoming a household name. These machines were simple, practical, and reliable. They didn't have many buttons or complex functions, focusing only on making delicious and hot coffee. The gurgling sound of water flowing through the coffee, the rich aroma spreading throughout the kitchen, those are unforgettable memories of 70s mornings. Durable phones. Phones in the 70s were designed to be durable, and they truly had significant weight. Recall those colorful landline phones in avocado-green, mustard yellow, or orange, with sturdy bodies and heavy handsets. They couldn't do what mobile phones can do now, like take photos, browse the web, or send complex messages. But they certainly served their purpose of reliably making calls. At that time, rotary phones were still common, with slow rotations to dial numbers, creating a distinctive sound. But push-button phones with neatly arranged buttons were a symbol of modernity, speed, and convenience. Whether rotary or push-button, they were the center of all calls, from calling friends and relatives to ordering pizza or hailing a taxi. Flip number alarm clocks. A steady and gentle sound you could hear in the stillness of the night. That was the clock making an interesting clicking sound every time a number flipped over. These clocks often had the popular faux wood grain color, harmonizing with many other furniture pieces in the home. Or they could also have some bright colors characteristic of the 70s, like orange, yellow, or green, creating a small accent on the bedside table. The rhythmic movement of the flipping numbers was a practical function to display the time. Colored kitchen appliances. Are you tired of kitchen appliances only being white, black, or stainless steel like today? In the 70s, we had other options, bringing a bright and personal touch to the kitchen. Imagine a vibrant harvest gold refrigerator, a cool avocado-green stove, or an energetic burnt orange dishwasher. They helped transform the kitchen into a lively and fun space, no longer just a place for cooking. These colorful refrigerators, stoves, and dishwashers created a harmonious overall look with colorful vinyl tablecloths or Pyrex dishes. These appliances disappeared long ago, but perhaps not because they broke down or no longer worked well. Simply put, by the 80s, people just wanted these colors to completely disappear from their kitchens, replaced by more neutral and modern tones. Other wall hangings. You might see a fairly common decorative duo, a large battery-operated wall clock, often in faux wood grain or bold colors, accompanied by matching wall-mounted candle holders. What's special is that the candles on these holders were often for decoration only and never lit. They created an elegant and classic accent for the wall, a combination of time function and the beauty of candlelight, even if only symbolic. String art. This was a very popular DIY craft project in the 70s. Do you know those colored threads or metal wires wrapped around small nails, hammered into a wooden base, creating complex geometric patterns, images of birds, boats, or other abstract designs? Macramé decorations also resembled creative string art to create decorative items, and it boomed in the 70s. You could see them as plant hangers, suspending lush green potted plants in midair. Or they could also be other wall hangings, creating light curtains, decorative tapestries with intricate knots. Notably, the owl motif was very popular in macramé products. Macramé owls with large, round eyes, meticulously knotted from threads, became a symbol of good luck and wisdom. Are there any memories I missed? I'd love to hear your stories and memories. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like and subscribe to Back to Yesterday to not miss out on upcoming exciting content, and share this video with friends who grew up in this decade. Thanks for watching until the end.